We'll do the Bishop Grady laying what the fuck going on for this BFN report now. Attorney General William Barr, the dude that was handpicked by Donald Trump to be the AG, the top police officer in the country, essentially. He actually will finally release the Robert Mueller report today, but it will be heavily redacted. And he's only doing so after he does a press conference, meaning that he's most likely going to do some like explaining and buffering and all of that, whatever, before it actually, before the redacted report actually gets into the hands of Congress. Now, the Congress isn't even being allowed to see the unredacted report. They say they want to protect third parties and people who in ongoing investigations and all of that or whatever, but you know, it's seeming like some bullshit. Attorney General William Barr had got in, and only 2 days after he got in, he read through the 300+ page report and concluded that, oh well, there was no obstruction of justice either, on top of like he's free of collusion. Even though Robert Mueller said he's free of collusion, it's such a broad term that doesn't necessarily mean that he's completely exonerated. So that's why we want to see the unredacted report, and they don't seem to be giving that up. But the Democrats actually want a subpoena for that. Greenwald and graduation. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying what the fuck going on for this BFN report now. Donald Trump actually, his national security advisor, actually, John Bolton, had publicly gave this speech in Miami and said that in a belligerent manner about how like the presidents of Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua were the three stooges of socialism. Now he's been poking at, this is not his first time poking fun at them, I mean, or taking aim at them. I won't say fun, but he announced them as being the troika of tyranny, and I'm sure that led up to what happened yesterday, which is the U.S. officially tightening sanctions against these countries. And one thing that John Bolton said that was interesting though was he said that the Monroe Doctrine is alive and well. For those who don't know, that was named after the U.S. President James Monroe, and this doctrine was actually in 1823, which basically said that if any European countries actually interfere or try to take over any North or South American independent states, they'll see that as a threat. So we'll see what happens. That sounds like code to me. Greenwald and graduation. Go to Bishop Grady laying what the fuck going on for this BFN report now. I told y'all in my previous post, I'm not sure what order this is coming out in, but I told y'all about how U.S. sanctions were actually given to Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. Well, the heaviest sanctions actually fall on Cuba, where essentially they were sanctions in general. This is just like them trying to stifle your moves or stifle your money, or possibly both. In this scenario, this is a little bit of both as well. It limits the amount that U.S. citizens can actually remit or give to their Cuban relatives. It also says that U.S. citizens can actually sue companies who do business on land in Cuba that was repatriated to Cuba after the Cuban Revolution. So basically land that they fought for and won back, that was theirs, and that's over on the island. The U.S. is saying that, well, no, that's still our property, and if there's business being done on it for Cuba, you can sue now. So a lot of people are up in arms. This seems like something that's going to be handled at the World Trade Organization or something like that. So we'll see how it goes down. Greenwald and graduation. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying what the fuck going on for this BFN report now. You know how when you're dealing with females in the hood, you know what I'm saying, or you're dealing with these niggas too, there's certain things that go unsaid. There's certain unwritten rules that come with reasoning with other adults, and the same thing goes for the communication between countries. This same type of decor is necessary, but it's like to the max, because one wrong statement could end up in dozens of people being bombed or some shit like that. So this is important to note that North Korea has actually gone on to publicly declare that they were tested a new nuclear weapon since they had to talk with Donald Trump back in February that resulted in no type of a deal. And they also said that they don't want to deal with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo anymore. They want somebody who's a little more communicative, a little more mature at the end of the day. So that speaks volumes. This is how the world looks at our country, people. Greenwald and graduation. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying what the fuck going on for this BFN report now. Donald Trump and the Trump administration, they've actually ended a long-standing practice of declassifying the number of nuclear warheads that they have. Now this is interesting. Last year, it was understood that we had stockpiled 3,822 nuclear warheads. Mind you, if a motherfucking country got 50, they on the terror watch list or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really how paranoid we be. And I guess it goes to show, I guess the parallel was equal to like the nigga in the hood with mad bodies. He gotta stay strapped. And anybody that's around him with a strap, you know what I mean, he eyeing them as like they could be next. You know what I mean? You might have to take that motherfucker out. Well, the same goes on the state and countrywide level. And this is looked at as having to deal with North Korea, essentially. So now they don't want to reveal that. I guess they want to they rather you think that they have an infinite number of warheads, essentially. So we'll see how that pans out, man. Green Wall and graduation, though. The New World Order Bishop Grady laying out what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Former Peruvian president Alan Garcia actually died by suicide. As police came to his house in Lima and actually saw that he had killed himself. He shot himself in the neck. You know, that's what they say. But they were actually coming to arrest him on charges of bribery and corruption. Now, this is the fifth person in his position in Peru that's actually had like a corruption scandal, a bribery scandal. Mind you, this dude served 2 separate 5-year terms. One in 1985 and the other one in I believe it was in 2006. It was after he had came back from exile in 2001 from letting another corruption charge basically fizzle out until the statute of limitations was up, and you know, came back to be president. So it's obviously a lot of corruption going on in motherfucking Peru. And stay woke. Green Wall and graduation. Go to Bishop Grady laying up what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now we are in a dangerous time when people just take the stories as being truthful. We really don't expect more people. Yo, I told y'all yesterday about how in Colorado there was a teenage kid that was actually infatuated with the Columbine shooting that happened 20 years ago, where somebody came into Columbine High School in Colorado and killed 12 students and 1 teacher. Now, this woman actually was found dead from self-inflicted gunshot wounds and over out in the mountains, out west of the Rockies or somewhere. Now, this is it's considered ill because, first off, they saw her threats as credible. She was basically essentially making threats that weren't specific, but she, you know, purchased ammunition. She even bought a plane ticket to go over to this particular area of the Rockies, and she wanted to like celebrate the Columbine massacre with a massacre of her own, and she was found killed. Now, this don't sound weird to nobody else. Green Wall and graduation. We'll do the Bishop Grady laying on what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now, the Philly DA, Larry Krasner, I believe his name, has actually said that he would no longer oppose a bid by Mumia Abu-Jamal, political prisoner, Black Panther Party member, or used to be a member, who was actually convicted of killing a cop in 1981. Will now be able to appeal his case. Now, a lot of people feel that this man is innocent, hence why he's been deemed a political prisoner. From behind the wall, he's actually been able to become an award-winning journalist, and he spent 3 decades on death row. You know what I'm saying? Now it's looking like, well, he has a possible light now to actually appeal this case, because it sounded like it's some bullshit by a lot of people who study his scenario. But of course, you know, the police gonna be up in arms. They always gonna be on the team of the police, no matter where the truth sides. You might get that little 0.1% that might shake some shit up, but for the most part, you know, niggas is all the fucking same, man. Green Wall and graduation, though. We'll go to Bishop Grady laying over what the fuck going on for this BFM report. Now, Ivanka Trump, the daughter of Donald Trump, has actually confirmed that Trump offered her the position of running the World Bank, and she actually turned it down because she's content with her role as senior White House advisor, none of which she qualifies for by a long shot. But Trump actually told the Atlantic Monthly that he wanted her to have that position because she's very good with numbers. Give me a fucking break. When will the nepotism be halted? When? You know, there's nothing that could be done about this shit. Well, obviously they've been trying to do. These government motherfuckers need to move like the hustlers do, because Donald Trump is a hustler, mind you. Motherfuckers just move fast and they let you catch up with the bullshit later. Let the system catch up with him later. Somebody got to move faster than him and catch him at where he stands, man. Somebody bust a move, yo. Green Wall and graduation. The Bishop Grady laying on what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now, y'all remember back when Obama ran for a second time, all those Republican goofies who were actually running against him. We were talking about the likes of like a Governor Rick Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like, who didn't have a clue on any level, but he was the governor of Texas, and him today being the former governor of Texas was actually tapped by Trump to be the Secretary of the Department of Energy of all places. He did nothing but make it easier for big oil to do what they do, essentially. You know what I mean? Grab land, fuck it up, suck the blood out the earth and keep it pushing. He actually even worse than that funding that went into the research of renewable energy. This is the Department of Energy we're talking about. Now he's another person that Trump has put in position that is actually about to resign. Probably all the corruption was getting too much for him, or he probably just came and got the money that he came to get. Like obviously, a lot of them. Green War and graduation. New World Order Bishop Grady laying on what the fuck going on for this BFN report. Now, this climate activist group, Extinction Rebellion, is actually getting it popping worldwide, definitely country to country, because over in London, actually in the United Kingdom, they actually went so far as to chain themselves to the door of Jeremy Corbyn, who's actually the UK Labour Party leader. He wanted them to essentially get the country to declare a national climate emergency. So they chained themselves to a top politician's door. I mean, I think that's pretty brave, but at the same time, this same group actually had activists over in New York City that staged a die-in in New York City. A die-in when, they just lay out on the ground, pretend to die, whatever, taking up space, causing, generating a lot of attention, whatever. And 62 people were arrested. So motherfuckers is not playing about this climate thing. But luckily in New York, they're actually voting today on whether they're going to slash these carbon emissions, because they want to actually follow some rhetoric that's in the new Green Deal proposed and put into light by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the representative from one of New York's districts. Green War and graduation.